Hi everyone, Matt here, and today we are continuing on with HiveSwap FriendSim. In the last episode, we finished off Volume 4, and now we are starting off with Volume 5 of Affection, Unwanted, and Untrue. Walking. You sure are doing a lot of it recently. Back on Earth, you never got near this amount of exercise. You're gonna be so in shape when this is over, provided you still have all your limbs attached and your bones uncrushed. You'd probably come up with a safer way to travel, a taxi or some sort of bus system. But you don't have any money and you can't read signs. Also, you are routinely covered in blood and bruises. So, walking it is. Tired as you are, your feet still carry you forward. Friendship. Yes. You got a mysterious person, or Zebra Kodak. Let's go mysterious person. As usual, the streets are hopping, just bouncing around like an overactive bunny rabbit on Easter morning. Up ahead, an intersection of streets is some kind of night market. Well, every market on Alternia is a night market. As previously stated, you are broke, but there's nothing wrong with a little bit of window shopping. Who knows what kind of awesome stuff you'll find. You can learn a lot more about a culture from their stores. You are so intent on thinking positive thoughts that you are nearly at the market before you realize that quite a few people are coming toward you in the opposite direction. Some of them are running, actually, and screaming. Looks likely that something has gone down, violence-wise. It's not a stampede. You aren't in any danger of being trampled, and the street is wide enough to just step aside and let the crowd pass by. Or it would be. You get a brief, furtive glimpse of a pair of focused yellow eyes under a low-pulled hood. Then a hand grabs yours so tightly the tips of your fingers go numb. With a rub yank, you are pulled into the flow of the crowd. The troll girl who has a hold of you speaks quickly and quietly. You have to lean your head in close to hear. We are on a date. You're my maid Sprit, or Memorial, whatever you want. Just normal couple, out on a night on the town. We're gonna catch a movie, and get some soft serve. Grub cream. You feel me? Ah, okay. Play along and hold hands. Heart beats so hard you can feel it in the back of your throat. You adjust your grip a little to make your hand easier to hold. In response, you get a squeeze, like she's thanking you. You match her pace. A surprisingly difficult feat considering how short she is. Behind you, people are still shouting. What the heck happened back there? Someone died. You figured that. But that's not exactly rare for Alternia, is it? You've seen way more dead people in here in the last couple of days you've seen throughout your entire life on your planet. Tell the troll girl you thought that was just kind of normal here. And my dog's barking again. Hang on. Okay. Normal, sure, and low bloods get killed. Natural order of things, right? But high bloods, it's different. Personally, I don't give a shit about the natural order. Doesn't matter what the job is, I'll take it. Oh, so high blood is dead. And you are currently holding hands with the troll who did the dirty deed. She chose you to help her lay low, i.e., she made you her accomplice. I.e., you are now her friend. Helping someone carry out a cold-blooded murder is a super friendly thing to do. What had she called you? Her mate Sprit? You aren't sure what that is. It sounds great. You ask her what you should call her. My name's Polipa. But there's no reason to go throwing it around. Let's not talk at all. You want to point out that it won't look like a very convincing day if you're just walking in silence. That would require talking. She told you not to do that. 3 of those spiky robots go marching by, drones or whatever. Their big ugly heads swivel back and forth like they're looking for someone. Polypod doesn't say anything and she keeps her eyes forward. But she goes as sharp as a laser, every muscle in her body tensing. Feel it through her hand, her fingers tightening on yours until the drones disappear into the crowd. She yanks you around the corner into a smaller alley connecting 2 roads. There's nothing here but a pothole and a couple dumpsters. Hold up a minute. Her hoodie has a symbol on the front of it, 2 overlapping gold ovals. Most trolls seem to have a symbol designating with their blood color on them somewhere. This means she's the gold blood, right? Then Polypa yanks the sweatshirt over her head, and underneath she's wearing a tank top emblazoned with a symbol in olive green. It looks a little like a cat. It's pretty cute. She tosses the sweatshirt into the nearest dumpster and kicks a button on the side. Whoosh, accompanied by the sulfury stink of immolation. Note yourself, don't go dumpster diving in Alternia. Polypa grabs your hand again as you head back out to the street. With her other hand, she works the tie out of her hair, shaking it out of its ponytail, letting it fall in thick, sweaty clumps against her neck. Next, she reaches up and takes part of her right horn. Wait, no. It was a little bit of veneer, an artificial bit to cover up a notch in the chidden. What are all these random wardrobe changes about? You wonder until you actually begin to listen to some of the conversations happening around you, and check out the big billboard-sized screens mounted on roofs every few blocks. Seems like the rumor mill is already going hard. Apparently a well-respected Violet Blood is dead. Killed in public in full view of witnesses by a gold blood girl with a ponytail. Wow, you are really dealing with a professional here. I need to find somewhere to lay low until the heat turns down. I mean, we both do, since you're my associate now. I had a contact waiting, but I don't know what happened to her. It's impossible she got spooked. Got any ideas for likely hideouts? I'm not from around here. Wonder what in the world made her think you have any idea what's going on ever. She keeps giving you sharp looks, as if she is gradually catching on to just who she has chosen to recruit. You want her to understand that no matter how busted you look, you are an amazing friend and co-conspirator. Well, here's your chance. What do you propose? Nope. Arrow. There. Hide out in one of these apartment buildings. That's a possibility. What's that? Hive stems around here are cheap rentals. Burgundy or bronze at most. I could take them, no problem. I mean, I take care of anyone. Some jobs just require a little more forethought. You kind of meant finding an empty unit, or maybe skulking into a foyer or alien Starbucks. But you don't want to tell your cool new friend how to do her job. And there you go again, jumping the gun and claiming friends you don't have the right to. But she did choose you. And though at this point she may be wishing she'd grab some other random stranger's hand. Well, pick one. This was your idea. Geez, you seriously don't think you need this kind of responsibility in your life. Nothing good will come from letting you be in charge, but you also don't want her to think you are useless. You just kind of wish she'd tell you what to do and leave it at that. You pick a tall purple building at random. How about that one? Sure, I guess. You enter what just seems to be a standard shabby apartment building, climbing the climbing the lobby steps up to a hallway lined with doors. This could be any apartment on Earth, but instead of letters on the nameplates, there are those colorful symbols. They remind you a little of zodiac signs. Huh, weird. Anyway, all the ones here are red or brown, like Polypa predicted. She listens at a couple of doors before finally setting on one with a red symbol. You wait for her to pull out a lockpick or high-tech paraphernalia, or even just a pin from her hair. Says she takes a step back and delivers 2 sharp kicks just above the knob. What? I'm not the goddamn super. You assure her you are absolutely not judging the way she's running this operation. You don't think you've ever met a mercenary before. Unless you count that guy who tried to hit you up for cash when you were injured. Or the little girl who drained your blood for paints. Or the boy constantly on the prowl for delicious meats. The apartment is dingy, small, and smells like old pizza. Good news. Not that it smells bad, just the fact that there's pizza here. You don't think you could live on a planet that didn't have pizza. That's just beyond the pale. Try to shut the busted door as well as you can. Polypa plunks herself down on the couch and pulls out her phone. Or what had Skylar called it? A palm husk? She pulls out her palm husk and proceeds to ignore you. That's okay. It's important for friends to give each other space. She takes the opportunities to poke around the apartment you're currently illegally occupying, just generally being a nosy piece of shit. Whoever lives here is a real slob. Dishes are piled high in the sink, and the windows are so dirty you can barely see out of them. Something sticky and red stains half under counter. Might be blood, but also might be Kool-Aid. Fuck, god damn it, shitting, fuck breath. Something appears to have gone wrong. Polypa is still on the couch, hunched over with her palm husk held close to her face. She types with her knuckles. You've noticed a lot of trolls do that, probably because of their claws. It's all over here. Everyone's talking about my contact. They got her. She's been cold. Her voice is flat, her eyes expressionless. She lets the palm husk slip from her fingers into her lap. You stand next to the couch like an asshole. You don't know what to say, and you doubt Polypa is the hugging type, but you really can't stand her looking so dejected. Before you start pitying me, don't. Barely knew her. It's not like we were in a quadrant or anything. It's just business. You sit down on the other end of the couch, tipping your head and raising your eyebrows to show you are very ready to listen and learn and commiserate. Polypa wraps her arms around her knees. Most pros work with a partner. It's a lot easier when you have someone you trust to watch your back. It's usually a quadrant in pairs who work together. There's one particularly famous olive and goldblood duo. I've lost plenty of jobs to them, but I've never found anyone that I trust enough to make into my partner, beyond just a random one-off. Killing sea dweller is no joke. It's almost totally impossible. Does that mean the guy back in the town square isn't actually dead? Polypa looks affronted at the very thought. Excuse me, no, it just means I had to get a very expensive knife, and coat it in very expensive poison, and stab in exactly the right place. The motherfucker is dead, there's no doubt about that. I don't leave jobs half done. High-caste jobs are my specialty. Most people are too afraid to take jobs higher than teal. Me, I don't care. Low blood, high blood, if you got the cash, I'll do the job. If I did have a partner, it'd make things a lot easier. I'll admit that much. He coughed lightly into a closed fist. What's this? Something caught in your throat, perhaps? Could it be the steady hand of fate reaching a finger down and testing your gag reflex? You murmur delicately that sometimes destiny steers you in a direction you never thought you'd go. Maybe, just maybe, it steered her to you. That's forward for sure, but you're pretty much an old hand at this by now, right? Polypa snorts. It's a little watery. She isn't crying, is she? No way. Not tough sassing like her. You're imagining it. You? No offense, but I only grabbed you because you look so weird, and I figured you wanted to avoid the drones even more than I do. You don't exactly blend in. You can't argue with her logic. Sourness starts in your throat now at the realization that Polypa had not chosen you for your obvious trustworthiness and friendship potential, but rather because you look like a goddamn disaster. Fair. A very fair assessment. Whatever. You can get past that. God knows you have gone past worse, like attempted murder. As a good friend recently said, you gotta break a few Cluckberries embryos to make a grublet. She's considering you now. More thoughtful than before. Well, I guess beggars can't exactly be choosers. But you have to remember. What you have to remember? You aren't destined to find out. The fate fingers reach down further and chokes you. Keys jingle outside the apartment. Before whoever is out there catches sight of the busted door. What the hell? You and Paul lock eyes. Oh shit. Big flash of silver and suddenly a knife appears in Polypa's hands. Where did it even come from? Outside in the hall someone is swearing. The broken door falls inward. Before it's all the way open, Polypa is out and over the couch, launching herself at the intruders. Shit, wait. You are the intruders. And this is what you were afraid of. You are about to watch your new friend kill some poor low-blood troll. This was such a terrible idea. Too bad there's no way to go back in time and make your choices all over again. Yeah, that would be rad. You wish life was like that. Short, stout, little guy with a red symbol on his shirt comes through. Right behind him is a troll so tall he has to duck down to get through the door. Oh, hell no. Giant troll catches Polypa with one hand. He's got big ram-like horns and a curly purple symbol on his shirt. Oh no. His face is painted in lines of black and white. Makeup designed to make his face look like a skull. Look, babe. Look at these tiny wriggler thieves. Polypa writhes in his grip, clawing at him like an angry cat. He hangs on, giving her a shake. Shit, you have to do something. But what? You're going to get that purple guy's reach, you are absolutely going to get killed. Try to move your feet, but your survival instincts are kicking in and you are rooted to the spot. You can't do anything. You're useless. You don't even know what happened to Polypa's life. God, you wish you had taken some self-defense classes back on Earth. Highblood gives Polypa a wide smile and tosses her across the room like he's lobbing a dodgeball. She lands on her back, rolls to her feet, and bolts for the window. Of course he would have my Highblood meat sprint. Highblood turns to you and sticks out a big gray tongue. And wow, suddenly you move your feet again. Throw yourself out the window after Polypa. You're only one floor up. That's one floor more than you would like to be when falling out of a building. Your fall is broken by Polypa, meaning you get a collection of bony elbows and knees applied to your gun. She bares her teeth at you. Get off, idiot. They're definitely going to call the drones. We've got to run. Bring a big floppy body off of her and hustle to keep up as she peels off down the street. You throw one last glance over your shoulder and see the two guys hanging out the window. The high blood waves lazily. Polypa starts out strong and pretty soon she is limping and leaning on your shoulder. A jagged piece of glass is wedged in her calf muscle. Ouch. You lean down to get a closer look. You're no doctor, but recently you've become an expert in acute injuries. What the hell? Stop. You want me to leave a blood trail? We need to split up now that we've been seen together. Heart sinks all the way to your aching feet. God, you'd been so sure you had this one on lock. You mentioned, half mumbling to yourself, that maybe it would be better if you stayed together. Safety in numbers and all that. Well, yeah. Maybe safety for you. This was a terrible idea. Can't believe I ever trusted that someone could have my back. Yeah, let's do another one of your amazing plans. Sounds great. She leaves you at an intersection of streets. Even though she is no longer leaning on you, you nevertheless feel a heaviness settle inside you, philosophically. Deep fatigue so intense you want to curl up on the ground. So you do. Game over. Alright, let's catch a movie and get some soft-serve grub cream. Polypa's mouth twitches. Could just be a muscle spasm, but you like to think it's a smile of approval and Bergion camaraderie. Yeah, and I guess we could. That's what people do on dates, right? It's been a while. I haven't seen a movie in forever. Let's do it. She squeezes your hand. You would have thought holding hands for so long would get sweaty and uncomfortable. You are certainly nervous enough, but her skin is surprisingly cool. With a couple of exceptions, all your new friends have been literally cold-blooded, also metaphorically, for a few of them. But you aren't going to judge them for their lifestyle choices. That isn't your place as a friend. Regardless, point is the kind of nice holding hands, even if it is under completely false murder pretenses. Come on, there's probably theater in there. Makes sense. You aren't from around here, and you don't think Pulpa is either. But you can always recognize them all when you see one. Stores and escalators and fountains full of slimy mall water. That's probably been in there for years. The biggest difference between this and an Earth Mall is that there doesn't seem to be anyone working at any of these stores. Everything is automated. That and the top floors appear to be reserved for high-bloods. Paipa is still holding onto your hand. Gosh, it's like you really are on a real date. This is very, very friendly. As far as you know, you have never been on a date with an assassin before. You can't read the show times and descriptions, and you don't have any money. But Paipa chooses the movie and pays for you both. Tosses a couple of coins into a slot, and the machine spits out 2 tickets. You don't see any soft-serve grub cream, but you are a little too queasy from mingled nerves and excitement currently to deal with anything called grub cream. You do, however, stop for a bag of buttery exploded kernels at the concession stand. The theater you follow Pulpa into isn't crowded, but you still feel every pair of eyes settling on you as you walk up the steps. Your head pounding and sweat slides down the back of your neck. You're just positive everyone can see right through you to this deeply controversial cross-species matchup you got going here. Even worse, Pulpa takes a seat weirdly close to the only other group in here. Man, awkward. Movie starts playing. Apparently in Alternia there aren't any trailers before movies. Kind of a bummer. If you are going to be stuck here, you want to know what hot new summer blockbusters you have to look forward to. Surprisingly, the movie turns out to be a romantic comedy. You expected Polypod to choose a thriller or horror movie. From what you can glean of the plot, it's about a beautiful young Jade Blood who gets involved with a visiting Blue Blood and their servant, a big, bumbling bronze. The portrayal of Low Blood strikes you as vaguely offensive. They grunt and fall down a lot. The caverns look a lot fancier than you remember from the time you hung out with Branya, just a lot bigger and more glittery. The main character spends a lot of time pulling a jeweled comb through her lustrous hair. The dialogue is kind of incoherent, and you don't just think it's because you are unfamiliar with the cultural context. It also doesn't help that Polypod keeps up running commentary throughout. The ban on conversation has apparently been lifted. I can't believe they added the mistaken identity storyline. So unnecessary. Also, Black Room is so boring in comedies. There's no punch to it. Or Black Room. Black Room. I can't believe how bad this is. I don't remember the book being this garbage, but I read it a long time ago. My taste may have just been worse back then. You're looking at her in a whole new light. She shrugs, possibly a little self-conscious. What, you think I've been an assassin since I was Cupid? I used to have a blog for relationship advice and stuff like that. Of course, I was just messing around. I didn't know anything beyond what I read online. 2 characters are kissing on screen. You have no idea who they are. You are way more interested in the fact that Polypa has decided to tell you her life story in the back of a movie theater. The deep blue light from a scene in the brooding caverns washes over her, making her look noble and sad. You are entranced. It didn't last long, though. I doubt it had anything to do with my blog, but a few sweeps ago, a group of kids broke into my hive. I think they were high, maybe on the soap or whatever. They stole a bunch of my shit, killed my Lucis. Some little psychotic fuck broke both my legs with his brain, just because he thought it would be funny. You are riveted. You have a bit of tragic backstory yourself, but nothing this dramatic. Polypa picks through the buttery exploded kernels with a delicate claw. I was trapped in my hive. I was starved to death if it hadn't been for some teal who lived in my neighborhood. Just some idiot who ran around an Eastern Alternian with an Eastern Alternia replica sword, challenging Perpies to duels. Teal bloods and pedantic bulge lords. They care about justice, and these kids attacked me for no reason. I didn't break any laws. Anyway, that's why I'm equal opportunity for how I take jobs. Low blood, high blood, everyone is scum. One of the kids in the rows ahead of you turns around to tell Pulpa that if she and her rail want to get all nasty and pale, maybe you should get a room. Pulpa kicks the back of her chair and tells her maybe she should mind her own business. The girl looks about ready to jump over the back of her seat, but the guy next to her pats her firmly on the cheek, almost a slow-motion slap. Firm and intense with play of uncomfortably intimate eye contact. The girl settles down after that. Everyone goes back to watching the movie. The rest of it goes by with your head spinning and your heart in your throat. You are glad Polypa trusts you enough to share her past, but you are nervous about her talking about it in public. Wasn't the whole point of coming to the movie to stay low? To lay low. Think about it. When a girl sees the description and the alert, she's not going to be thinking about the noisy olive blood gang all colsatory in public. It's way safer than skulking around, believe me. Gosh, Lollipop really is an expert. You are so glad you got to go on this date with her, even if it was mostly fake. As soon as you are back on the street, Polypa pulls out her phone. Slowly, her face falls. Fuck, that little nook licker. I thought she bailed on me. According to Chitter, she's dead. They got her. Damn it. I told her, be careful. Sadness is quickly turning to rage, vibrating off her in frantic waves. Her voice gets louder, too, and people are starting to look your way. Heckling in a theater is one thing. Shouting at a phone about murder is another. This is going south fast. You've got to calm her down. Deploy Shush Pap. For lack of a better plan, you copy what you saw the troll You copy what you saw the troll inside do to his angry date. You press your palm firmly to her cheek. To your intense shock, she blushes a deep olive green and her eyes slip closed. She leans onto your touch as if she's drawing comfort from this tiny little gesture, then blinks and pulls away. Listen, I'm technically on the clock right now, let's be professional. Bites her lip, hesitating, then reaches up and repeats the gesture on your face. An unbelievable warmth fills you. Could it be the warmth of friendship? Her weird-looking double-horn amputee, with very few social skills, terrible survival instincts, and both short-term and long-term memory loss. But you're alright. If you ever want to earn a little cash, I could use a partner I can depend on. Is it raining? No, these are just tears in your eyes. Tears of gratitude. Okay, don't get too choked up. You're definitely just gonna be bait. You sure, Polypa, that due to your general ineptitude, you wouldn't want it any other way. Victory. Freak out and let the perp beast out of the bag. You stop abruptly and someone smacks into you from behind. You go down hard. Your hand is ripped away from the girl's. She gives you a fierce glower of disappointment. Fine, just more people laying me down. I'll deal with this on my own. I've done it before. She takes a running leap for the alleyway, scampering up and onto the roof like a squirrel up a tree. You are left looking down at the smudge of violet blood she left on your palm. An emptiness fills you at the thought of the friendship that could have been if only you'd kept your chill. Game over. Leap of unfaith. Anyways, that will be all for this time on HiveSwap FriendSim. I might record tomorrow. Then again, I might not record for the next 2 days since tomorrow's Christmas Eve and the day after that's Christmas. Anyways, if you like the video, give it a like. If you like my content, subscribe. Have a good day and do what you do best.